A lifelong cook and the son of a chef, Juan Placencia has created his own path to success as chef-owner of Costanera. This Montclair, New Jersey restaurant brings a modern flair to traditional Peruvian cuisine. Chef Placencia takes us into the kitchen to prepare one of Peru's wonderful desserts.
Today we're going to prepare Mazamorra Morada, a very traditional Afro-Peruvian purple corn pudding. You're going to start with a few ears of this Peruvian purple corn. 3 ears of corn is plenty. As you see, these are naturally dark purple. Just rub the kernels right off of the cob. It'll fall right off to expose the center cob there. I have some Anjou pear, and all you need to do is just coarsely chop this pear up and dump it right into the pot. 2 Anjou pear and a couple of these apples as well. Next, we're going to chop up this pineapple. You don't really need to use the whole thing. All you want to use is the skin of the pineapple for this process, and you reserve all of the flesh for the garnish and for the filling for this mazamorra or purple corn pudding. And again, all of these items go right into this pot. Add about 1 gallon of cold water. Turn the pot on so it goes to a rolling boil. To this, you want to also add about 2 sticks of cinnamon, and about a tablespoon or so of cloves, about 8 to 10 cloves, whole cloves, right into the pot. So this is going to go ahead and cook for about 2 hours. The purple corn will render 2 products. The first is the chicha morada, which loosely translates into a beverage or nectar. All right, so it's been 2 hours. We've been cooking the chicha morada with the purple corn and all of the fruit. It's ready to get strained into a smaller pot. Once the chicha morada or the cider is made, you can then thicken it and add some extra fruit, and that will then become Mazamorra Morada. Mazamorra is the Peruvian purple corn pudding. Here I have just a couple of varieties of dried fruit. We have some dried papayas, some dried apricots, and dried pineapple as well. Put about 1/8 to 1/4 of a cup of each of these dried fruit. I like to add this pineapple into the chicha morada as well. Maybe about 1/3 or 1/4 of the pineapple should suffice. You're going to go ahead and just remove the core and, roughly chop this.
The cider and fruit cook for about 8 minutes. Then, Chef Placencia gives it a taste to test the sweetness.
All of this dried fruit and the pineapple will have its own residual sugar, and you want to make sure that it doesn't become too sweet in the final product. Recipe calls for about a cup, but just tasting this particular batch I have, I think 3/4 of a cup would be a bit more appropriate. Or I'm using castor sugar or sugar in the raw in this case. Give this a really nice stir. Make sure that the sugar is completely dissolved. Once it starts coming to a rolling boil, we're going to prepare the slurry. The slurry is just going to thicken this and make a pudding out of this chicha morada, and then it transforms into Mazamorra Morada. I'm using about 1/2 cup of sweet potato starch. I reserved some of this chicha morada, and you just want to add about 2 to 1, 2 parts being the sweet potato starch, 1 part being the chicha morada. Just mix this very, very well until you remove all of the lumps. Okay, so we're going to slowly drizzle this slurry, making sure to stir as you're doing so in order to not create any lumps of flour or starch. Continually stir it for several minutes just to make sure you achieve the correct consistency. Finally, right before you serve, you just want to quickly add the zest of about half or 1 lemon or lime, depending on what you like. And you can go ahead and squeeze about the juice of half a lime as well. Give it 1 final stir. And you finally just a dusting of powdered cinnamon just to top it off.
You can enjoy your purple corn pudding either hot or cold.
It's served hot all year round, even in the summer months. But this is a dessert that you can certainly put it in your fridge like you would Jell-O and enjoy it later on cold, right out of the refrigerator. Oh, that's really nice. It's really earthy. There's a bit of citrus and nicely sweetened. There's some grapefruit in there as well. Buen provecho.